Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Mind Detox, the podcast that delves deep into the human experience. In today's episode, we're uncovering the 10 harmful habits that could be damaging your brain's potential. From lack of sleep to excessive screen time, we'll explore the detrimental effects of these habits backed by scientific evidence. But fear not, because we won't leave you hanging. We'll also share practical strategies and tips for breaking free from these habits and optimizing your brain health. So, if you're ready to unlock the secrets to a healthier brain and a happier life, you're in the right place. The human brain is a remarkable organ, responsible for coordinating our thoughts, actions, emotions, and bodily functions. However, certain habits can have detrimental effects on its structure and function. In this episode, we will explore 10 habits that can harm the brain, backed by scientific evidence. Additionally, we will delve into the formation of habits, strategies for cultivating positive habits, and techniques for breaking free from harmful ones. If you find the content engaging and insightful, please consider expressing your support by clicking the like button, subscribing to our channel, leaving a comment, and sharing with your community. Your encouragement serves as the driving force behind our commitment to delivering more compelling and thought-provoking videos. We appreciate your participation in this journey, and now, without further ado, let's delve into the captivating content awaiting you in today's episode. Habit 1. Lack of sleep. Lack of sleep can have many effects, like difficulty in learning, focusing, and reacting, difficulty judging other people's emotions and reactions, feeling frustrated, cranky, or worried in social situations, interference with work, school, driving, and social functioning. One of the most common habits that can harm the brain is a chronic lack of sleep. Sleep plays a crucial role in cognitive function, memory consolidation, and overall brain health. Scientific studies have shown that inadequate sleep can impair attention, decision-making, and problem-solving skills. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease. According to research published in the journal Neuron, sleep deprivation disrupts the balance of neurotransmitters in the brain, leading to impaired cognitive function and mood disturbances. The habit of inadequate sleep often develops due to lifestyle factors such as work demands, social obligations, or poor sleep hygiene practices. To promote better sleep habits, a person should establish a consistent sleep schedule, create a relaxing bedtime routine, and optimize their sleep environment by reducing noise and light exposure. Breaking the habit of inadequate sleep requires prioritizing sleep as a fundamental component of health, implementing relaxation techniques, and addressing underlying factors contributing to sleep disturbances. Habit 2. Sedentary lifestyle. A sedentary lifestyle is a lifestyle that involves a lot of sitting and lying down with little to no exercise. Some examples of sedentary activities include television viewing, playing video games, using a computer, sitting at school or work, sitting while commuting, socializing, reading. Leading a sedentary lifestyle, characterized by prolonged periods of sitting and minimal physical activity, can have detrimental effects on brain health. Regular exercise is essential for promoting blood flow to the brain, stimulating the release of neurotransmitters, and supporting the growth of new brain cells. A lack of physical activity has been associated with cognitive decline and an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Research published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease suggests that regular physical activity can help protect against cognitive decline and reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by improving brain function and structure. Sedentary behavior often develops as a result of modern conveniences such as desk jobs, television viewing, and reliance on motorized transportation. Person can cultivate a habit of regular exercise by incorporating physical activity into their daily routine, setting specific goals, and finding enjoyable forms of exercise. Breaking the habit of a sedentary lifestyle requires making conscious efforts to reduce sitting time, setting reminders to move regularly, and gradually increasing physical activity levels. Habit 3. Poor nutrition. Poor nutrition, also known as malnutrition, is a condition that occurs when your diet doesn't have the right nutrients. It can be caused by not eating enough, undernutrition, or not eating enough of the right foods. Some symptoms of malnutrition are reduced appetite, lack of interest in food and drink, feeling tired all the time, feeling weaker, getting ill often and taking a long time to recover, wounds taking a long time to heal, poor concentration, feeling cold most of the time. Diet plays a crucial role in brain health, and poor nutritional habits can have profound effects on cognitive function and mental well-being. Consuming a diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can lead to inflammation, oxidative stress, and impaired neuronal signaling in the brain. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats provides essential nutrients that support brain function and protect against age-related cognitive decline. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition suggests that adherence to a Mediterranean-style diet, characterized by high intake of fruits, vegetables, fish, and olive oil, is associated with better cognitive function and a reduced risk of cognitive impairment. Poor nutritional habits often develop as a result of convenience, emotional eating, or cultural influences that prioritize taste and convenience over health. Individuals can cultivate healthy eating habits by planning meals in advance, practicing mindful eating, and gradually incorporating nutritious foods into their diet. Breaking the habit of poor nutrition requires identifying triggers for unhealthy eating, substituting unhealthy foods with healthier alternatives, and seeking support from healthcare professionals or nutritionists. Habit 4. Chronic stress. Chronic stress occurs when the body experiences stressors with such frequency or intensity that the autonomic nervous system does not have it. Symptoms are a consistent sense of feeling pressured and overwhelmed over a long period of time, aches and pains, insomnia or weakness, less socialization, unfocused thinking. Chronic stress is a pervasive problem in today's fast-paced society and can have profound effects on brain structure and function. Prolonged exposure to stress hormones such as cortisol can damage brain cells, impair memory formation, and increase the risk of mood disorders such as depression and anxiety. Research published in the Journal of Neuroscience has demonstrated that chronic stress can lead to structural changes in the brain, including reductions in the volume of the hippocampus, a region involved in memory and emotion regulation. Chronic stress often develops in response to work pressures, financial worries, relationship conflicts, or traumatic experiences. Individuals can cultivate resilience to stress by practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and yoga, as well as engaging in activities that promote social support and emotional well-being. Breaking the habit of chronic stress requires identifying sources of stress, implementing stress management strategies, and seeking professional help if necessary to address underlying psychological issues. Habit 5. Substance abuse. Substance abuse, also known as drug abuse, is the use of a drug in amounts or by methods that are harmful to the individual or others. Substance abuse, including the misuse of alcohol, nicotine, prescription drugs, and illicit substances, can have devastating effects on brain health. Drugs and alcohol disrupt neurotransmitter systems, impair cognitive function, and increase the risk of addiction and mental health disorders. Research published in the Journal of Neurochemistry has shown that chronic alcohol consumption can lead to neuroinflammation, oxidative stress, and neuronal damage in various regions of the brain, contributing to cognitive impairment and neurodegeneration. Substance abuse habits often develop as a means of coping with stress, social pressures, or underlying psychological issues. Preventing substance abuse requires education, supportive environments, and healthy coping mechanisms for managing stress and emotions. Overcoming substance abuse requires comprehensive treatment approaches that may include detoxification, counseling, behavioral therapy, and support groups. Habit 6. Smoking. Smoking is the act of inhaling and exhaling the fumes of burning plant material. It's most commonly associated with tobacco smoked in a cigarette, cigar, or pipe. Smoking can cause a number of health problems, cancer, heart disease, stroke, lung diseases, including COPD, emphysema, and chronic bronchitis, diabetes, gum disease, yellow teeth, eye disease, increased risk for infections like pneumonia, problems of the immune system, including rheumatoid arthritis. Smoking tobacco is a highly addictive habit that poses significant risks to brain health. Nicotine, the primary psychoactive component of tobacco, can constrict blood vessels, reduce oxygen delivery to the brain, and impair cognitive function. Long-term smoking is associated with an increased risk of stroke, dementia, and other neurodegenerative diseases. Research published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease suggests that smoking is a significant modifiable risk factor for Alzheimer's disease, with smokers having a higher likelihood of developing cognitive impairment and dementia compared to non-smokers. Smoking habits often develop through social influences, peer pressure, and nicotine addiction. Quitting smoking requires motivation, support, and evidence-based cessation strategies such as nicotine replacement therapy, counseling, and behavioral interventions. Overcoming nicotine addiction may involve multiple attempts, but with persistence and support, individuals can successfully quit smoking and improve their brain health. Habit 7. Excessive screen time. Excessive screen time can negatively impact both your physical and mental health. Excessive screen time can lead to depression, anxiety, and problems with emotional comprehension. It can also promote aggressive behavior and hinder social and emotional competence. Excessive screen time can lead to obesity and sleep disturbances. According to Reed Health, experts say adults should limit screen time outside of work to less than 2 hours per day. Many adults spend up to 11 hours a day looking at a screen. Excessive screen time, including prolonged use of smartphones, computers, tablets, and televisions, can have adverse effects on brain function and mental well-being. Excessive screen time is associated with poor sleep quality, eye strain, attention deficits, and increased risk of mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Pediatrics suggests that excessive screen time during childhood and adolescence is associated with lower cognitive function and academic performance, as well as increased risk of attention problems and behavioral issues. Excessive screen time habits often develop due to the widespread availability of digital devices, social media engagement, and entertainment consumption. Limiting screen time requires setting boundaries, establishing screen-free zones, and engaging in alternative activities such as outdoor recreation, hobbies, and social interactions. Breaking the habit of excessive screen time involves gradual reduction, setting specific limits, and finding healthier ways to occupy leisure time. Habit 8. Social isolation. Social isolation is the absence of social interactions, contacts, and relationships with family, friends, and neighbors. Social isolation can be caused by a number of factors: illness of a loved one, separation from friends or family, loss of mobility. Social isolation can also be a result of anxiety and depression. Some people may use isolation as a self-induced coping mechanism to avoid human interaction and deal with excessive worry. Social isolation can have a number of health risks: increased risk for heart disease and stroke, increased risk for depression and anxiety, increased risk of premature death from all causes. Social isolation and loneliness can have profound effects on brain health and cognitive function. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and meaningful social connections are essential for emotional well-being, stress regulation, and cognitive stimulation. Prolonged social isolation is associated with increased risk of depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and dementia. Research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences has demonstrated that social isolation can lead to alterations in brain structure and function, including increased activity in brain regions associated with threat detection and decreased activity in areas involved in social cognition and empathy. Social isolation habits may develop as a result of various factors, including geographic relocation, loss of social networks, or physical health limitations. Cultivating social connections requires proactive efforts to engage with others, participate in social activities, and maintain relationships with friends, family, and community members. Overcoming social isolation involves reaching out for support, joining social groups or clubs, and seeking opportunities for social interaction and engagement. Habit 9. Multitasking. Multitasking is the ability to perform multiple tasks at once. It can involve switching between tasks rapidly, performing tasks in quick succession, or leaving one task unfinished to do another. Multitasking can make you feel exhausted and disoriented, even after a small amount. Neuroscience research shows that when we try to do two complex tasks at the same time, our brain rapidly switches back and forth between the two tasks. This constant switching taxes our brain, making it less efficient and affecting our ability to focus. Multitasking, or the simultaneous performance of multiple tasks, is often viewed as a productivity-enhancing strategy in today's fast-paced world. However, research suggests that multitasking can impair cognitive function, attentional control, and productivity. Constantly switching between tasks can lead to mental fatigue, decreased efficiency, and increased stress levels. Studies published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology have shown that multitasking can reduce performance accuracy and increase response times compared to focusing on a single task at a time. Multitasking habits often develop as a response to time pressures, information overload, and societal expectations of productivity. Cultivating focus and concentration requires prioritizing tasks, setting realistic goals, and practicing mindfulness to stay present and engaged in the present moment. Breaking the habit of multitasking involves developing time management skills, setting boundaries, and learning to single task effectively to maximize productivity and cognitive performance. Habit 10. Neglecting mental stimulation. Mental stimulation is anything that exercises the brain. According to Age UK, if we want our brain to stay in peak condition, we should use it. Lack of mental stimulation can cause the brain to atrophy. It can also lead to cognitive decline, such as reduced thinking skills, memory problems, and creativity. The more active your brain is, the better your memory is likely to be. The greater the variety of the ways in which you use your mind, the easier you'll find remembering. Neglecting mental stimulation and intellectual engagement can contribute to cognitive decline and impaired brain function over time. The brain thrives on novelty, challenge, and learning, and engaging in intellectually stimulating activities can promote neuroplasticity, enhance cognitive reserve, and reduce the risk of age-related cognitive decline. Research published in the Journal of Aging Research suggests that lifelong cognitive engagement through activities such as reading, puzzles, and learning new skills is associated with better cognitive function and a reduced risk of dementia in later life. Neglecting mental stimulation habits may develop due to passive leisure activities, lack of interest or motivation, or environmental factors that do not encourage intellectual engagement. Cultivating a habit of lifelong learning involves seeking out new experiences, challenging oneself intellectually, and engaging in activities that stimulate the mind. Overcoming the habit of neglecting mental stimulation requires making a conscious effort to prioritize intellectual pursuits, setting aside time for learning and growth, and surrounding oneself with intellectually stimulating environments and individuals. The brain is a complex and resilient organ that can be profoundly influenced by our habits and lifestyle choices. By understanding the harmful effects of certain habits and implementing strategies to cultivate positive behaviors, individuals can promote brain health, cognitive function, and overall well-being. Breaking free from harmful habits requires dedication, persistence, and a commitment to prioritizing health and self-care. Through education, awareness, and proactive efforts, we can empower ourselves to make informed choices that support brain health and longevity. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey today. We hope you found our discussion valuable and thought-provoking. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. Your feedback is essential to us, so please leave your thoughts and comments below. If there are specific topics you'd like us to explore in future episodes, let us know. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more enriching conversations.